Hello everyone and welcome to Starbound. Now quickly I'm going to explain precisely what this game is. A lot of people like to think of it as a Terraria, and I agree with them, but different on several aspects, one of them being that Terraria is more adventure, and I would say Starbound is more based on space exploration and colony development. Then third would probably be adventure, because you could go with a lot of the first two without ever doing the third. And on Terraria, really, you're kind of just stuck doing what they want you to, for the most part. But enough with the differences between Starbound and Terraria. Starbound is really a game in one of itself. There's just so many different combinations and possibilities of structures and buildings you can make that you could spend so much time, hours and hours and hours, just building. And that is precisely what I am going to do. So I am going to be running this series in two parts. We will be doing one part adventure, two-part builder. So on the adventure, we're going to do very basic, because they do require you to build some sort of initial housing setup or something like that for the tutorial quest. So of course we'll do that. But then I will be also running a builder series where I will be building big fantastic monuments, all kinds of fun stuff. But let's go ahead and get started. We're going to create a new character, and there are, as you can see, 7 different species. Quickly go through them. We have humans, avians, apex, florin, haltol, glitch, and novakid. Now these are kind of long to explain everything as we go, and I'm going to be going way more into lore of each individual species in the builder series. So if you're more interested in the lore of Starbound and, you know, the stories behind everything and all the codexes, I've collected them all on my builder character, so we'll be able to go through all of that. But for adventure wise, I'm going to pick novakid because you don't really see too many novakid in this game. I mean, there's 3 or 4. That's it. So I'm going to pick a novakid. And as far as the looks of them go, for the most part, you're just covered in armor. So we can just hit randomize a few times until we find something. Oh, that looks pretty interesting. Yeah, I like that. We're going to go with that. And of course the name, Cloud. Now I've already beaten the game on casual. We are going to be playing on survival. I'm not going to be playing on hardcore because the series will be over in 2 or 3 episodes. And I am not going to skip the intro mission because we are doing adventure mode. So let us begin. Oh, survival, I'm going to need to eat to survive, and if I die, I'm going to drop all of my items, and I lose 30% of my pixels, which is your currency. On casual, you don't drop any items, you don't need to eat, and you only lose 10% of your pixels on death. So the percentage of pixels lost on death really isn't that big of a deal. And let us begin. Haven't really had a chance to adjust the sound, but there is no voices, so everything will be read by me. Wake up! Wake up! You have overslept. Ah, look, I can wake up. To interact with a nearby person, door, or other object, you should hover over it with your cursor and press E if you are awake enough to do so. Basically, they're telling you can interact with nearby objects by just hovering over it with the cursor and pressing E. So, in the first room, you can interact with almost everything. And I'm going to give you a hint right off the bat. I'm not sure if it works yet, but we're going to want to scan anything that looks cool right in the beginning of the game. Later on, you can make things that you scan. Your uniform is available to collect from your personal locker. It is quite impressive that you can remain so serene when you're running so late. Well done, you. So we have a blue marker here telling us our uniform is in this locker. We have graduation flyer, protectorate shirt, protectorate trousers, and pixels. We'll take all. Now, these are just for design because there are no stats. You see the stats are just 3 dots. the same with what I have on. So right now, all of this armor is purely for aesthetics. You can talk to all of these people. They don't really have much to say. Just your generic, oh hello, beginning person. Welcome to Terrain Protectorate. Talk to me for handy tips. I don't require them. This guy wants you to buy him a drink. I'm going to save my money and we're going to move on. Because we have to attend our graduation ceremony and we are late, so let's not dilly-dally. Every day, more petals to sweep. Well, yes, because you're sweeping right next to a cherry blossom tree of some sort. You're really cutting it close, Cloud. Please hurry inside before the ceremony starts. I'm going. These people are all in the Protectorate, it looks. They are all in the uniform that I should be wearing, but I'm just that kind of person. I show up to my graduation ceremony out of uniform. My fellow Protectors, today we come together to witness the Protectorate grow. For over 500 years we have stood proud here on Earth, drawing together races of all kinds in the name of peace. Our task? To protect our fellow beings, to support, house, and educate those that seek our aid, and to foster accord between those that aspire to it. Sounds noble. Today, in the name of peace, we welcome our newest compatriots and present them each with our greatest tool. The Matter Manipulator. Huh? What was that? What the? Ah! I imagine would be the sound that she made. You, graduate, take the manipulator and run. Get to safety. They don't give you much time to read this stuff at all. It is not safe to remain here. Please take the Matter Manipulator. You must proceed to the shuttle pod. We obtained the Matter Manipulator. And we are going to take the advice and haul it. We have to clear this dirt. It appears the ceiling has collapsed. The Matter Manipulator can be used to clear this dirt. Press the R key to equip it, and then click and hold on the pile of dirt to dig through it. Another way is if you have a mouse wheel, you can scroll through your options to get to what you want without having to move your hand off the movement keys. Now, these are some lockers, but looks like there's nothing in them. So that room is obviously flooded, so we're going to go this way. Can I start scanning things yet? No, it doesn't appear so. Oh, that looks like somebody up there. I can't get up there, though. Alright, let's move on. The scale of the disaster is immeasurable. The destruction occurring is beyond my capacity to quantify. You must leave the planet immediately. Ah, okay. To jump down from a platform like this, you should hold S to crouch and then tap spacebar. No, I don't want to go near that. Ooh, I forget. There is a cape. Ah. Let us proceed. Ooh, there's a weapon chest. You ever find these? It is gold. Not literally, but figuratively. The chest sitting on that conveyor belt should contains some certain kind of weapon. Please, take it. Now, this broken broadsword may appear to be worthless, but never, ever, ever get rid of it. Ever, 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 ever. Hack you up. Access a weapon with ease by placing it on one of the action bar slots at the top of the screen and then pressing the corresponding number key to equip or unequip it. Also, if you have an empty slot, like my last 3 slots are empty, most items that you pick up will automatically equip themselves in there. Let's remove the contents of this chest. Now there's another cargo pod to the right over there. I don't know if I can get to it. I can try. Ah, no. I couldn't select it. It brought me onto the ship. Well, I'm glad the left pod was not us. Starbound. Please reboot the system. I seem to sleep a lot. Now that is a very fluffy, adorable little animal. What are you? My last playthrough, I had a kitten. Now I have a little fluffy cloud. Alright, we'll reboot you. Rebooting. I am SAIL, your ship-based artificial intelligence lattice. I manage the maintenance of your ship. I am also programmed to offer you information and advice. Earth was attacked by an unknown force and was subsequently annihilated. The ship's navigation systems were damaged in our escape. Our location is currently unknown. And it appears he now has a quest for us. We are currently in orbit around an unknown world. The ship is heavily damaged and we are unable to leave orbit. I suggest you beam down to the planet's surface using the teleporter and search for supplies and perhaps a means of fixing the ship. I accept your quest. Now this is a storage locker. It is the biggest one that we have. A safe place to store my loot. Yeah, I don't think the scanning will count for anything. I think right now we're just kind of looking at stuff. I don't think we have an actual scanning tool yet. That will probably come later. That's okay. We can go hack stuff up for now. Beam down to the current world. Now, falling is a real problem in this game, especially in the beginning. And here we go. Already I've been splatted. This happened to me last time too. As soon as I started the game, I was in a very unfortunate position. I took one step and I fell and I immediately died as well. So this is not anything new to me. It's just a very unfortunate random positioning of the world. And until I can get some platforms built, for now I'm just going to dig my way down till I can gather my things and fight off whatever it is that finished me off. Because the fall almost killed me, but it didn't quite kill me. Some turtle thing jumped on my head. Yeah, that is why I am not playing the game on hardcore. Because like I said, one false step, death. Series over. Wow, that would have been fast. Yeah, him. He's the one who is guilty. It's not a very effective weapon, but it's the best we have for now. We'll be using lots of food and bandages. Ah, food. And I will always, at least until my inventory fills up. Oh, I see that you've discovered some seeds. I suggest planting them in some tilled soil and watering them until they grow. The tools you need can be built at a foraging table. Well, I've already picked up my first plant, so... Oh, he's hostile. It's hard sometimes to tell who's hostile and who is just a friendly little forest critter. Sometimes they're very obvious that they are going to kill you. I'm going to be cutting down the first few trees that we come across. You found some wood. My databanks tell me wood is a material with a great many uses. I suggest you kill additional trees and explore your crafting menu. I will take your advice. Momentarily. These little white capsules, they contain random items, mostly pixels. Yes, I see you. And if they're not too much out of the way, I will generally make a attempt to go and pick them up. Yes, come and face my sword. Ah, this is a nice little cottage here with a nice little stool. I think we're going to borrow that. And for the time being, we're going to take any new looking blocks that we find so that we can craft that stuff ourselves if we so choose. We're not going to focus too much on building. I'm going to bandage myself here. We're not going to focus too much on building with this series. That was a little flower that I just picked up. I'm not sure if you noticed it. The next time I find one, I'll be a little better. There is coal, I believe, underneath the ground right here. So So we're going to try to pick up some of that. Coal is used for torches primarily. Later on it's used for other things. You've discovered coal! You can turn coal into torches to light your way. The chance of fatal incidents is dramatically increased in the dark. Explore the crafting menu. Yes, there's also lots of little pitfalls like the one that already took my life. In the dark. I'm going to take some of these background blocks. Not too many of them. We're going to move along. Make sure there's no enemies. Ooh, another plant. No, you cannot hurt me. Well, that's an unfortunate placement of sand. Or dirt. Sand would be nicer. Now, I would like these capsules here. In the beginning, I'm probably going to go out of my way a little bit more for those than I will later on. My scans indicate there is some kind of archaic energy source on this planet. I estimate a 30% chance it is worth investigating, and a 98% chance that you have nothing better to do. Oh, well, thank you, Sail. He is kind of correct because our ship has been badly damaged in the escape from Earth. Ah, here's another flower. So you just E on those and you get a petal out of it. Oh, well, this doesn't seem like something I want to try to get over. So let's go through it. Yeah, what Sail was just telling me there is that there is a energy source that we can use to fuel or power something on this planet that he's detecting. And I think that message popped up because I went below a certain tile. I'm just going to grab this coal here so I can make tons and tons and tons of torches for when we're ready to explore below ground. Oh, that looks interesting. I want to go check that out. It looks like a little bunker safe house area. Probably. I am detecting a variety of life signs. Oh, this is a mine. If you are intending to search it for core fragments, I may advise adequately arming yourself first. Well, there's no harm in taking what's here. If you are not sufficiently confident in your personal combat capabilities, an alternative solution would be to dig closer to the planet center to find the core fragments. You discovered some ore. Ore can be turned into bars using a furnace. Bars are useful for crafting a wide range of equipment that may increase your life expectancy. You discovered a core fragment. These are useful objects. I estimate that you will require at least 20 of them. And he is right. You've obtained a manipulator module. With enough of these, you can upgrade your mana manipulator from the axis panel on the right-hand toolbar. Let's go take care of him, and then we'll talk to you. Hey, stranger, if you're looking for core fragments, you might find a bunch down in the mine. You should check it out. Basically, there should be enough core fragments that you need down in the mine. There should be at least 20. My last playthrough, again, there were 19, so I don't know if it's random or what. Outside here first. But really, before I get too far away from this mine entrance, let me chop this tree down. There we go. I want to go back over here. Yeah, getting up here would be really difficult to do. I want to get some plant fiber. So let's head down in this. Yeah, no, we don't want to fight you. No. I don't like those. They're ranged. We need to find a cave where we can get some plant fiber so I can make a flag and get back here easily. So there's a vine hanging down and they drop plant fiber. So hopefully there's more than just one vine down here. But there are also these capsules. You discovered some plant fiber. This can be woven into useful fabrics at a spinning wheel, which we have yet to craft. Speaking of crafting, let's craft some wooden platforms. And press I to open up the inventory. Oh, it's worth mentioning, the only mod that I will be using, which I don't think has been activated yet. Oh, yes, it has. If you notice at the bottom in green, it says tags none and tags misc. It's basically just a tags mod that I use. It basically tells you what furniture belongs to what race. Or, you know, it'll attract them more. It doesn't necessarily belong to them, but it'll attract them more. It's useful for when building colonies. Not so useful on this character, but sometimes I might find new things. So that's how we get ourselves out of that. Unfortunately, I didn't find any more plant fiber, and that's what I really need. Are you going to attack me? Yes, you are. Or not? Huh. Well, there's lots of plant fiber, and these things are almost always going to hurt you. Except for that time it healed me, just to prove me wrong. So I'm going to grab this plant fiber. And now's a good time to also make some torches. And I'll tell you why. It's because bad things can reside in caves, and they will try to kill you in the dark. Like that. There we go. Now these will regrow, I believe. So I like to leave the large ones able to regrow. What is this? A potato. Thank you. Actually, I'm getting a little hungry, so I'm going to craft a campfire. It seems you have discovered fire. My databanks tell me you're the 714th billionth person to do so. Well done. You could use the fire to cook wood. Cook food. Not wood. Cook food. Okay. So we're also going to craft, let's see here, 32 timber. Sure, we're going to craft as much timber as I possibly can. And if you press X, you switch between two different building menus. It allows you to hotkey more things. So we're going to hotkey timber. And we're going to build a little structure right over the entrance to this cave. Right down to about there. And we're going to place that campfire out of, well, we already have one, but now we have another. I'll probably take one of them with me. And we're going to make a baked potato. Num num. Oh, you were sleeping. Can't eat when you're sleeping, apparently. And just click outside. There isn't a mod that tells you how much the food gives compared to how much you need to eat and all of that fun stuff. But there's also a little yellow bar in the top left corner of the screen that tells you your hunger. And I'll use that. I don't need to use a mod. I don't like to use mods as much because when the games come out with new expansions and all of that stuff, sometimes the mods crash and all that. So we're going to continue with what I was just beginning. That's too far down. We're going to put doors on either sides of these. But first we need some more logs to make an inventor's table. Logs, of course, come from trees. From killing trees, according to Sale. Although I guess technically that is what you're doing. Although this game, you tend to get more saplings out of trees than you get from the tree itself. So replanting trees is easy. Which you just like that. Real easy. Real important to do too, so that you don't run out of trees. Saplings are in the furniture department for some reason. let me just plant these. A, to get them out of the inventory, and B, for the other reason I just mentioned. Trees are important. So we're going to go to the inventor's table, craft one of those. It'll only take about 5 seconds. Did you just craft an inventor's table? I estimate your chances of survival have improved by 7.2%. And we'll pop that down right there. This stuff is kind of in the way. I don't know where the miner went, but thank you. Oh, you're sleeping. Okay, well, you really only need one tent. Don't be greedy. I need this room for other things. I will put your campfire back down over here. So we have the inventor's table we're going to use to make a spinning wheel. Spinning wheel we'll place here, and that we use to make the woven fabric. We're going to make as many woven fabric as we can, and I don't think it'll be quite enough. So we go into our self-crafting menu. Yeah, we need... Oh, we also need copper bars for the flags. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, well, back to the inventor's table. To get a furnace going, we need cobblestone and a campfire. This is cobblestone. Okay, well, that was easy. I'm going to gather the materials I need for all this stuff, and we will return. Grab the cobblestone. For the copper, we're going to have to go looking for it. We could go down to the mine. You see how quickly these trees grow? It grew right in front of us, actually. Meat. We're going to continue exploring for now and look for a more closer to the surface source of copper. The way I'm going to do that is go into this cave that I've already been into. I don't know if they are mean or not, but I'm not going to risk them trying to kill me while I'm doing this. Stay away. Alright, let's go find some copper. I'm going to just dig down a little bit. Not too far. I want to be able to actually get out. And I see this tunnel over here to the right. I'm going to grab this coal. Before I get too far ahead of myself, let's give ourselves a way out. Okay. Just in case I run into something I can't quite handle. Oh, my torch went away. Let's replace that. I'm going to keep digging over till I intersect with this other shaft going down, and hopefully it will lead to some copper. Then of course I'm going to place a lot of torches because they illuminate the surrounding area pretty well. No, nothing too fancy here, just a couple of pods. So we'll keep going down. I don't have too many wooden platforms, so I'm going to kind of continue the pattern that they're already going. And it's just dirt and cobblestone. Cobblestone I will need. I didn't really gather that much of it. This is just me playing it safe for now. My manipulator is a little slow, but the manipulator module components that we've already picked one up, those will very quickly vastly increase the speed that it is able to break down this material. And I did use my last torch. Make goes. Looks like we're about to run into another cave with lots of fiber. This game has a lot of cave systems, so if you do find yourself digging, you won't be digging for long before you run into something. The weakness you are feeling is likely due to hunger. You should find something to eat in order to maintain your body's functionality. And our hunger thing is starting to flash in the corner up there. So I will make another campfire. Place it down wherever we can. And this will be a traveling campfire that will come with us. Let's cook that meat. Meat goes bad very quickly. So we're going to eat the meat. Cooked steak. Baked potato. Let's go ahead and boil up one of these pearl peas. And we've learned how to make pearl pea broth. We'll eat that. Now if you fill your food meter all the way up to the top and then eat some more, you'll regenerate health. And that's a different way of healing other than bandages. And this tunnel will have two advantages. One, there is lots of fun stuff to gather underneath the planet's surface. And it doesn't always have tunnels leading to it. Sometimes you have to dig to find these things. And that's all kinds of stuff like chests and huge deposits. And there's also those stones that we were talking about. And something that we're pretty close to running into. It's probably a part of the mine, to be honest, what we're about to run into. Here you can kind of see the light flashing there, and we're about to run into dirt. It's probably the mine that they want us to go into in the first place. Really, I'm just looking for some copper, just so I can make a bar. I might just go back to exploring the surface. But let's see what we can find here. Hopefully it's not just death. Yeah, that's definitely the mine down there. And the room that it was leading me to is in fact death. We will get to death shortly. For now, I've got myself a nice tunnel. We've got something good for exploring. This... Nope. I don't think so. I'm gonna wait for you to come back before I activate this. Maybe I gotta taunt you out. Wow. That bat cave there is bigger than I thought it was. Watch I find copper back here. Oh, here we come. Ha-ha! My plan worked! Although it didn't do much damage to him, he's gonna jump right into the fire. Ha-ha! These dinosaur turtles hurt. Quite a bit. Did I remember to grab my campfire? Oftentimes I will forget to grab the campfire, so I'll have 3 or 4 of them. 4 sets of pearl peas. Yeah. We don't want to use all of our bandages. So let's fill up. I see that you are eating sufficiently. With a full stomach, your body will slowly regenerate and heal. Yes. I already said that. Torch. What is that? More coal. Ah, we have copper. Is that copper or iron? I wouldn't be too surprised if I found iron before copper. Yeah, it is iron. That's okay, we will take it. We can't smelt it yet, but we will take it. And we will also take this plant fiber. Now, Oh, this is luminous rain. I like this. We'll just build platforms. There are ropes that you can use to traverse these kinds of obstacles, but ropes are pretty much one-time use, so if you plan on getting over the obstacle more than once, you should just build a platform. They always get me at least once. I'm just gonna build a bunch of lights, even though the lights coming up from here are really nice. Lots of these little things. I will come back for the plant fibers. I'm kind of hurrying to find some copper so I can wrap this episode up. Lots of flowers, lots of rice. We will take all of the seeds. I do love the effects in this game, the visual effects. See, no copper here. Well, I don't want to go down there because I don't have any more platforms. So we will go back to exploring. If you're on the surface and you ever just need to leave the planet, it's real easy. You just beam up pretty much wherever you are. Ah! Whoa, what is that? Big dinosaur. Ah, finally, copper. In the background here. I almost got hit by the blob twins here. So we're gonna grab this copper out of the background with right click. Beautiful. Thank you. That is what I wanted. I'm gonna grab this fiber too. Plant fiber. We're not gonna worry about the trees. We have plenty of... There's some iron here, but I will be back this way. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to go this way. I want to go this way. If you hold shift when you have a building block, it will go from the 4 block that you see down to a 1. And I missed lovely corn. And there's lots of enemies down here. Oh, ouch. I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to have to build platforms over this mountain because I'm not always going to remember to take the alternate path. Take this a little slower. I want to get back to my camp, but I want to come from this direction. I don't want to die and have to go get my stuff and then come back. No, we don't want to do that. We do have plenty more to make this. We'll stop there. We'll go and make the primitive furnace. Now most of these just upgrade. We don't end up building more things. We just upgrade the buildings that we are getting. That was placed in my inventory because I had an open spot. And we're going to make that copper bar so that I can self-craft Novakid flag. That is your species. I am able to reconfigure the ship's teleporter, teleport directly to the location marked by this flag. Place interact with the flag to establish a name. So it looks good on top of things. And we will call this our first home. And then, once we know that that is there, we can, up to the right here, beam up. And here's our ship's teleporter. We can now beam back down to our first home whenever we want. But that'll have to do it for this episode. So I'd love some feedback. Tell me what you guys think of the series. The Builder series will be coming very soon. And I hope to see you next time.